Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
All right, today's question comes from Alice in Montana. My husband and I have been married for 21 years, and we have weathered financial struggles, including a past bankruptcy. I had a solid nursing career that allowed him to pursue real estate full-time. And in 2021, we had a strong year. We owed $82,000 in taxes for the year, and the money was available in his business account. I trusted him to handle everything, but I recently discovered he never paid the IRS. Instead, he used the money on business expenses in a failed side venture without telling me. Our CPA tried contacting him for months and eventually filed our taxes without signatures in early 2023 to avoid penalties. My husband also hid IRS notices from me. I found out recently when I signed for a certificate letter stating that the IRS intends to levy our home for $150,000. I feel blindsided and betrayed. My question is, should I buy him out using a second mortgage to cover the IRS or sell the home and walk away? Whew. Gosh, Alice.
Buy. Yeah. Oh, she's divorcing him. I don't know why you would buy him out.
Buy him out?
Buy him out means you're divorcing, I guess. I don't know what that means. You don't buy out somebody you're married to. Bail him out.
Do I bail him out? Maybe just pay for it? I don't know.
You can bail out your husband.
Do you use a second mortgage or do you sell the house? And is that all the penalties? But $82,000, and I'm confused. But the CPA filed their taxes without signatures?
Yeah, that's weird. That's illegal. Okay. It's a good way for the CPA to end up in jail. Let's see. I mean, almost all filings are done electronically, but the CPA that when ours does it requires us to sign a document allowing him to file it electronically.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not technically filing the tax return. Okay, I can't tell what's going on. This is a bunch of gobbledygook. What I can tell is that if you have an $82,000 tax bill for 1 year, that means you made $400,000 or $300,000. So if you're staying together and you're going to marriage counseling to try to regain trust and stop this ridiculous behavior of deception, if you're going to do that, then you've got this household income, you're nursing plus his $300K that he didn't pay taxes on. If he makes $300K next year and doesn't blow it all in a side venture, and we have a game plan, we could clean this up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I guess, one direction. The other direction is you're getting a divorce and you're selling the house. Yeah. No, I would not bail him out. I would bail us out if we are staying together. But
and if we choose to rebuild this.
No, I'm not going to leave you with an unreliable, unresponsive ex-husband to pay off his taxes as a...
Well, she said we owed, so I'm wondering if it's part of hers.
She's nursing. They're withholding on her. We don't know what's going on here. I'm going to guess and say this is all, the whole tax bill's regarding him.
Meet EveryDollar budgeters Christy and Steve. Their life is chaotic, but their money is simple because they budget with EveryDollar.
Budgeting with the spreadsheet took a ton of time.
But now with EveryDollar, I can do a budget in 5 minutes.
And tracking purchases is just as simple.
It's so freeing to know exactly where your money is going.
It just takes that stress out of the day-to-day life.
You got this, Hannigan family. EveryDollar. Create your free account today.
I'm going to guess and say this is all, the whole tax bill is regarding him. And so the lien on your house is regarding him. So you need to do two things. Number one, if you're seeking a divorce, you're probably going to be selling the house. Number two, you're not responsible for the taxes in the event you get a divorce. You would file under what's called the innocent spouse provision, which is you were not aware of these taxes. You were not aware of the business activities that created these taxes. And so the IRS does not hold you liable, even if it was married filing jointly. And so it's called the innocent spouse provision, and you would need a tax attorney or a great CPA that knows how to work that. And that removes the IRS from you. Now, if it is a lien on a house that has both of your names on it and the house is sold, they can only take the 150 out of his portion then, if they have approved you for innocent spouse provision, and they should. It sounds like you qualify for that. So, but all of this only happens if you're divorcing. If you're staying together, you can file innocent spouse provision to keep them from coming after your income, which would probably be a good idea. But then the two of you have got to reestablish some footing on trust and betrayal and lies and deception, and then put all of our income in one pile to clean up the mess that he made. And that would include the $150,000 lien being removed from the house. Very few times does the IRS get around. It takes them about 5 years to actually sell a house, to force the sale of the house. Very unusual for them to do that quickly. They'll pop a lien on there in a heartbeat. But to actually force the sale of the house to satisfy the tax lien, it takes them forever. And they're just not very competent at that level of collections. They'll get there eventually if you do nothing. And by the way, they'll turn the 150 into 400 before they get there in penalties and interest. So
if you stay together, get it cleaned up as quickly as possible.
If you're not staying together, see a CPA about innocent spouse provision. Talk to your divorce attorney about that, and then we're selling the house. And you're going to get your portion of the house clear. His portion has a $150,000 lien on it. I don't know how much value there is in this house. We don't have enough information. What a mess!
Sorry, Alice.
So it pops into my head that Tom Stanley, who wrote the book Millionaire Next Door in 1992, he's passed away in a car wreck, but he was an inspiration to a lot of us in this space, showing that people become millionaires starting from nothing. We followed up with that 40 years later with or 30 years later with the Ramsey study of millionaires, the largest study. We studied 10 times more people than he did, mainly not because we didn't like his study, but just because we wanted to. It was a PR stunt because people criticized the size of his study. So we ended up studying 10,167 millionaires and where money comes from. He wrote another book later called The Millionaire Mind, where he studied billionaires. And he found 39 correlating statistics or correlating life demographics and character qualities and so forth among these billionaires that he studied. And then he ranked them in order of most occurring among the study group to least occurring among the study group. The number one occurring thing among the billionaires that he studied, they were all self-made, meaning they started with nothing and became billionaires. 1,000 million. This is way more than a million. 1,000 million is a billion. Okay. Number one correlating the most occurring item, value, whatever, inside of this study was they had fanatical levels of integrity. There is a high correlation between fanatical levels of integrity and the ability to build wealth. That's the point of that story. That would be the other end of the spectrum from the man in this email.
Mm-hmm. Lying to his wife, trying to get out of taxes, and yeah.
And not returning the CPA's call, all these kinds of things, whatever. And so duck and hide, lay in the ditch, duck into the shadows, try to move the shell, hope the P won't be there next time, run the scheme, run the scam, trying to find a shortcut, trying to find a get-rich-quick thing. I'm making good money in real estate, but I still got a side hustle that's screwing up. I find some way to burn money. That's the opposite end of the number one most occurring thing called integrity. So until the good news is integrity is a decision. He can just decide to be a man of integrity starting today. But if he doesn't, you got issues, sister. You got issues. Yeah, you're trying to drag a tired donkey across the finish line. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.